What's up, everybody? We are live. We have a good card this Saturday night. We have UFC 252. We have the trilogy. We got Stipe Miocic versus Daniel Cormier. The co-main event. God, that should be a main event, man. O'Malley versus Chito Vera. And joining me is my co-host Kelton. Kelton, what's up, man?
What's up, man? Ready for this card, bro. It's, again, I say it every week. We're in such a great time right now for the sport anyway. Obviously, with everything going on in the world, it's pretty nice to have all these fights. And this card, this pay-per-view, holy shit, dude, it's fucking stacked. I'm pumped.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about last card. We'll do the same way that we've done the last two cards. So main event, Derek Lewis versus Oleski. Derek Lewis went out there and handled it. I picked Oleski. Glad I didn't bet it. Derek Lewis is probably, one fight away from a title shot. I think he's going to fight Curtis Blades. It's a very interesting matchup. I'm sure a lot of people are probably going to write him off versus Blades, but I'm really curious to see where the line is. Next fight, we both don't want to talk about this one. Weidman versus Omari. It was a really bad game plan from Omari, dude. Why would you go out there and try to shoot? And first off, he was hurting Weidman, and just right after he hurt him, he went and tried to shoot. I don't know. Wasn't happy with Omari, screaming at the TV at Buffalo Wild Wings. Bad game plan, man, from him. And I don't know if I'm ever going to bet him again after that, dude. That was a bad game plan against a guy who has no chin. And Weidman gassed really bad, too. That was 1-1 going in the third. I don't know what Omari was doing. Next fight, it sucks. I lost a bet on that. It is what it is. I think total-wise, that's my first losing bet. So next fight, Darren Stewart versus Pitolo. Man, Pitolo was looking pretty decent, dude. I thought he was actually starting to land on Stewart, and all of a sudden Stewart, got that nice submission. So let's just say between me and you and a lot of people that are probably watching right now, but Pitolo's gonna get fucked up when he fights Impa. Next card. I don't think it's next week, or is it next week or the card after? It's either next week or the card.
The 22nd.
Okay, yeah, Impa's gonna fuck him up. So that's next week.
No. Next week. Yeah, it is next week. Holy shit.
Impa's gonna fuck him up, dude. Wow. Holy shit. I wonder what the line's gonna be. Next fight, Kunitskaya versus Starenko. I'm sure you'll want to talk about that one more than me. Domination for Yana. Benio versus Scott Holtzman, domination. I don't think a lot of people thought that Benio was going to smoke him on a feet like that, but that was a dominant performance from Benio. Damn, he needs to get a top 10, dude. Legit. I feel like they might even give him someone maybe even the Bronx. I don't know, man. They got to give him someone in the top 10 for sure. Straight up. Tim Mead versus Sarapoli. Damn, dude, Tim Mead looked good. That was one of his best performances in a long time. His chin held up. I thought he won every round. Good win for him, man, because if he would have lost that fight, he probably would have got cut, dude. So I'm happy for him, man. That was a good performance. He looked good out there. Holland versus Buckley. Holland just proved that he's probably a top 15 dude at middleweight. And at welterweight, he's probably going to be a top 10 guy. The guy is really talented, dude. I like Kevin Holland a lot. Next fight, Majak versus Munoz. Yeah, so that's my second losing bet. I had two losing bets. So I bet on Munoz and Omari, so -5 units for the night. Munoz, man, he's tough, dude. The first round he got that takedown, but I do think that he lost every round. I don't think he's a job or anything. He'll be back. He'll win fights in the UFC. He impressed me, his chin. He can eat a shot, It was just Majak, just a better fighter. That's what it is. We'll see who he fights next. This is the one that's. Oh wait, I had three. Did I have three bets? I had three bets. That's my bad. Andrew Sanchez versus Wellington Turman. Yeah, that one really shocked me right there. I bet on Turman. I don't even know how many units I fucking lost. So I'm gonna go check right now. My notes.
3.
No, let me check real quick. I think I was 8 on the night. Is that what it was? Yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, 8 on the night because I lost I bet on Turman fucking Friday because his line got better. But I thought it was a close fight, back and forth, and then all of a sudden, fucking Sanchez just fucking landed bombs. And that was a bad bet on my part because even I said that Sanchez fucking did not look that bad against Vettori. I know he got dominated, but his striking actually looked better. And I don't know why I fucking said that Turman was a better striker. It was a bad bet. Turman proved that I don't know, man. I mean, you got knocked out by fucking Sanchez. I mean, I don't know where Children goes from here. I mean, I might be dead with that dude. I thought he was gonna go out there and fucking beat him, and Sanchez got a fucking KO against him. But props to Sanchez. We'll see who he goes from here. Uh, next fight, Gavin Tucker versus James. Tucker looked pretty good, man. I mean, he got dropped. He's tough though. He's never been knocked out, but I mean, he took a lot of damage versus Glenn. He got dropped here. James just gassed really bad. Yeah, but I know we talked about it last night. I actually think that TJ Laramie would beat Gavin Tucker straight up. Zalal versus Peter Barrett. Not much to say. Domination. Erwin Rivera versus Aquazi. Not much to say either. It was a close fight. You know, you had the dog. It could have gone either way, but yeah, Rivera got the win. What about you?
Yeah, man, it was a good fucking card. I took a loss on the night too, just a small one though. I lost 0.61 units, I think. So main event, man, this was nice because like my DraftKings night pretty much just came down to Derek Lewis. I went big on him there, and like a worry of mine was like a lot of his fights, they'll go to like the third or even he's even gone to like the fourth round when he knocked out Shamil Abdurrahimov. My worried was that he would get grinded out on the mat for a couple rounds and then pull off a knockout in like round 3 or 4, which wouldn't be that many DK points. But luckily, he was able to get a lot of points in round 1 and then got the knockout in round 2. So definitely, he ended up on the optimal lineup. He definitely saved my night there. Weidman, Omari, I was with you, Omari, 2 units. Yeah, it was 1-1, and both guys were gassed, and Weidman got on top first, and that pretty much sealed it for him, man. I mean, I think it was just as simple of a case of if Omari happened to be the guy to get that takedown in the 3rd round, he probably would have laid on top of Weidman that whole round. It just happened that Chris Weidman was the better fighter on Saturday night, and he was the one that got the job done, so is what it is. I mean, no really regrets taking the underdog in a 1-1 fight going into round 3. So not too mad at that. Darren Stewart and Maki Pitolo, bro. I mean, Jesus Christ. Darren Stewart by submission was plus 2,000, guys. I mean, it's one of the most bizarre, in my opinion, outcomes of like the year so far. Even with the favorite winning, nobody was pegging him to win by sub. Not a good look for Maki Pitolo to get submitted by a KO artist. So I was about to say, I'm not sure where he goes here, but he's about to fucking fight Impa Kasangane, bro. And I mean, me and you know that's easy money. Yana Kuniskaya and Julia Storlienko. Man, I wish I would have fucking max bet this shit because this was arguably the easiest money on the entire card. I knew, dude, I mean, ever since the day I watched that Ultimate Fighter finale and she fought Leah Letson and she lost to Leah Letson and looked like utter garbage doing it, I told myself if she got another fight in the UFC, she was getting blind faded by almost anybody. And then, she gets a couple wins outside of the UFC, but they're all 20-second arm bars against complete and utter trash cans. And then she had that 5-round fight versus the girl for the Invicta title. And like, I was trying to tell people, bro, like, she didn't even win that fight. Like, yeah, she got her arm raised, she got the belt wrapped around her, but those judges were smoking the finest of crack. Girl's terrible. And like, it was weird because I didn't even expect Yana to have that game plan. Like, in my opinion, she's the way better striker at range. And I thought she could have just like outboxed the girl for 3 rounds easily, but she was giving Julia a chance, bro. She was pushing her up against the cage where Julia likes to pull guard and snatch that arm. And there was a sketchy ass moment in that 2nd round. I'm like, Yana, I know you're so much stronger than this girl, and like this could work. I mean, you're tiring her out, but like you're giving her chances here, man. If you just keep the fight at range, you could just outstrike her. But either way, I mean, she dominated the fight. She avoided the armbar. So yeah, that was my biggest cash on the night. And then we got Beneil Dariush, man, keeps coming out with these insane knockouts. When you're looking at the list for knockouts of the year by the end of the year, you might see 2 or 3 knockouts from Beneil Dariush when the time comes. The guy's just on a insane roll right now. I want to see him get a step up, though, because Scott Holtzman, Drakkar Klose, I mean, yeah, they're good fighters. They're like, what, top 25, 30 guys. But, Beneil Dariush was out there fighting ranked guys for a while, and I kind of want to see him get back to those ways because I mean, dude, I tell people this all the time. Beneil Dariush was beating Edson Barboza back when Edson Barboza was on a fucking roll, and then Edson caught him with the knee. Beneil Dariush, one of the most underrated fighters in the entire division. It sucks he missed weight, but I'm sure he'll fix that. He's a pro for sure. Speaking of missing weight, Laureano Staropoli got his ass kicked by Tim Means. I mean, vet lesson all day long. I mean, this is probably the most pissed I am about not betting on a fight. Tim Means here. I mean, what the fuck was he doing the underdog all week? I mean, I know it's hindsight 2020. I mean, I wasn't out betting him or anything, but god damn, dude, I can't believe he was dog money against that kid. He was nowhere near Tim Means level, in my opinion. In my opinion, Tim Means won all 3 rounds, so great bounce back for him. Kevin Holland, dude, with one of the – I mean, that in my opinion, that's one of the most beautiful knockouts of the year so far. I mean, just an absolute snipe of a shot from him. And, man, Joaquin Buckley, I'm going to tell you guys right now, he's going to win some UFC fights. Not only is he going to win some UFC fights, he's probably going to knock some guys out because, like, I was impressed. Like, okay, you're taking a UFC debut on short notice against one of the baddest motherfuckers in the division. And, I mean, he didn't show like holes. I mean, yeah, I guess his striking defense, but like he's fighting Kevin fucking Holland. Like if Joaquin Buckley gets a step down in competition, fight some of these like top 50 guys, I think he can, knock a lot of them out. And one other thing I'll give Joaquin Buckley credit for, he was winging bombs, throwing heat the entire fight, and he was not gassed. Like not at all. Kevin Holland was, making him work for it too. He was making him miss a lot. And yeah, he just got caught. Kevin Holland was a better fighter, but I think Joaquin Buckley has a bright future. Fight before that, Nasrat Hakparas and Alex Munoz. Dude, like, it's crazy. Munoz landed that takedown, like 10 or 15 seconds into the fight, and he looked huge in the octagon too. I'm like, okay, Alex Munoz might fucking win this fight. And then Nasrat, he kept his composure. He got back up, and it was pretty much all Nasrat from there, I think. I mean, even though Nasrat was, the much younger guy, he's got a bunch of UFC fights. This dude, Munoz, he's 6-0, 6-1 now. I think, give him a step down in competition. I think Munoz he can out-wrestle a lot of guys in the division, work his way back up. So, looking forward to both guys' next fight. Andrew Sanchez and Wellington Turman, I mean, this was pretty much what killed me on DraftKings because I had like one Andrew Sanchez lineup out of like 30-something lineups. So that kind of sucked. He gets a first-round KO. I think Andrew Sanchez bettors didn't even expect that shit. That's just like one of those crazy outcomes. Wellington Turman, he's a young guy, man. It's not like he lost to some slouch. Andrew Sanchez is a good fighter, so I'm not ready to write off Wellington Turman. I think there's still a lot of matchups he can win and, get better from. Gavin Tucker and Justin James, dude, what a fucking fight. Props to anybody who took Gavin Tucker once he got down to that -130, -120 range because that looked like incredible value. I mean, other than one sketchy moment of getting rocked, that fight was all Gavin Tucker. He looked like if it wasn't for the knockdown, he'd look like a -1,000 in there. He was just clearly the better fighter, clearly the better conditioned fighter, the more technical fighter. Great performance from him, man. I can't wait to see him get a step up in comp. My boy Yusuf Zalal, I cashed on him. That was easy money. I thought we had him in the bag in that first round, but you know what? One thing I'll say about Peter Barrett, very, very tough guy. But that's all about good I'll say about Peter Barrett. And then the first fight, Irwin Rivera and Al Quasi. I mean, basically in hindsight, this is the fucking fight my night came down to. I had two units on Al Quasi at +170, and guys, the way that fight played out, like he should not have been a +170. It was super close. Even before the fight, I was saying, neither of these guys are ever gonna really get anywhere in the UFC. I was just betting pure value here, and after the fight, I gotta say, damn, I don't think either of these guys are even close to UFC caliber. So that's all I got to say about that slight loss in the night, but looking to get back on track here.
They should match Peter Barrett versus Chase Hooper. I think that would be a fucking
Oh my god, that's a weird matchup.
Yeah, but I mean, they're both coming off losses and they're both fucking jobbers. I mean, straight up, look at me with a straight face. I think Barrett free tape, honestly, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if he can keep it on the feet, but I
He
don't
does
know.
get taken down a lot. That's the thing.
Right.
But he's the better striker. I mean, Hooper has no striking.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But all right, man. First fight of the night. We got Kai Kamaka the third versus Tony Kelley. And I'm gonna let you go first because I did not tape it.
Yeah, man. I only just found out about this fight this morning. I haven't looked into it too much, but I feel like I got a decent read on both these guys. I mean, I highly doubt I'm going to have a bet on this fight, and I don't even think a line has came out yet. Let me check the old best fight odds. Oh, a line just dropped.
Oh, really?
See, yeah, okay, so that's exactly about what I expected. Kai Kamaka is a minus 185 favorite, and I think that's about right here, man. He's a Hawaiian, and he's a taller Hawaiian for the division too. And usually you think of strikers when you think of Hawaiians, but I watch this guy's fights, and usually he wrestles out to grind a decision. And I've seen Tony Kelley get taken down. Not only that, guys, Tony Kelley. Tony Kelley's a good striker, and I'd actually probably say he's the better striker than Kai Kamaka, but I highly doubt he can keep it on the feet. Tony Kelley, he actually went to a really close split decision with Kevin Aguilar back in the day. I think that just shows, and that was not fat Kevin Aguilar that we just saw against Charles Rosa. That was Kevin Aguilar, working his way up to the UFC. So definitely a good look there to go to a split decision with Kevin Aguilar. But the thing is, that fight was over 4 years ago, and he's only had one fight since. He's only had one fight in the last 4 years, and it was against a 2-5 guy. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how the hell he's even getting the call to the UFC. At least this dude, Kai Kamaka, he's been getting wins, and Bellator, he's been getting wins in LFA, been way more active. It's just, he hasn't been fighting the best competition, and it's a UFC debut. So I'm at minus 185. I'd say Kai Kamaka would be the play, if anything. I think that line will actually probably get a little steeper, like minus 220 by fight time. So, I mean, I don't despise if you want to parlay it. Just me personally, I don't want to touch this fight just because I don't know much about either guy. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Kamase. He wins a dominant 30-27 decision.
Yeah, man. You basically said everything. I didn't really look into it. I got to favor the younger guy though. Yeah, like you said, I mean, Tony went to a split with Kevin in 2016, but I mean, since then, Kai's won a lot of fights, and he's only fought Kelly's only fought once since then. So, yeah, short breakdown for me. Didn't tape it. I'll go with Kamaka. Next fight, man. We got damn, this is a pretty pretty interesting fight. We got Christopher Dawkis versus Parker Porter. I got the dog here, man. I mean, the line flipped, but yeah, I got Dawkis here, man. I can't bet it though, just because it's a low level heavyweight fight. Obviously, I gotta support the cop here, but straight up though, man, if you watch the tape, the only thing that I feel like Porter is better at is Porter has pretty good weight kicks. I'll give him that. He has a better cardio, but I mean, other than that, I mean, Dawkis is the better striker. Dawkis is the better grappler. I mean, Dawkis is a beast in that first round, and he's won 6 out of the last 7 fights. Like you were talking about off air with me, the fight against Zoo. I mean, he was fucking dominating him, bro. And then he got caught. He's a younger brother of Kyle Dawkis. I mean, I'm really excited for that kid's future. I mean, he really fucking looked pretty good against Fallon.
He's the younger brother?
Oh, my bad. He's the older brother. My bad.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, my bad. He's the older brother, but I'm really impressed with Dawkis, Kyle Dawkis. I mean, I think that guy's gonna be fucking. He could be top 15, man, in a couple of years. I mean, he looks good against Allen. Like straight up, that was a close fight. But back on this fight, better grappling, good right hand. He's faster than Porter. Porter's been around a long time. He also has a lot of wins by finish. He's won 4 of his last 5 fights, and yeah, he lost to John Jones a long time ago. But I mean, I feel like all he has in this fight is weight kicks and the cardio advantage. Besides that, he's tough too. But besides that, I mean, I got Dawkis here, man. I mean, I think Dawkis is going to hurt him with that right hand right off the bat, and you can take him down too if you want. So I'll go with Dawkis by first round KO. But if it gets out of the first round, it's going to get hairy because Porter has a big cardio advantage here, and that's the main reason why I didn't bet him. So, yeah, I got Dawkis. What about you?
Yeah, it's man, another pretty low level fight in my opinion, but I'm actually going to agree with you, bro. I'm going to go with Chris Dawkis here. I know he's not an underdog anymore. I know it's pick'em odds. He was the underdog. If you guys got in on him at plus 135, plus 140, whatever he was, I think that's a solid bet. I just passed personally just because, like, I don't know. It's sketch as fuck. I don't like this dude's cardio, but I will say I do think he's just the better fighter here, honestly. I think he is the better striker. I think he is the better grappler. I think he does have more power. It's just he's got no fucking gas tank, dude. And I mean, Justin said it. The dude he fought that was in the UFC for a little bit there, Azuna Anyawu. Dude, he was dominating that guy. And, you know, that's a guy that's been in the UFC before. He was dominating that guy, and he got caught, bounced back since. He got a first round knockout since then. And it's crazy, dude. This dude, Parker Porter, he's very, I mean, I would say he's got two big advantages in this fight. One being the cardio, second being experience, dude. This guy has been around. He made his pro debut in 2007. He fought John Jones on the regional scene in 2008. He fought Gabriel Gonzaga on the regional scene in 2011. I mean, fuck, man, this is a guy that's been around for a long time, and I see that he took a few years off, and then he came back. Like, he lost in 2013, and then I mean his only loss since 2013 is a DQ. So like he hasn't even taken a real loss in a long time. But then again, he's fighting complete bums. But then again, Chris Dawkins is kind of a complete bum, and like it hurts me to say that because I don't hate what I see from Chris Dawkins. He is a good striker and a good grappler. Like, he's just like out of shape, man. Like, if he was in shape and fought at like 205, maybe he could beat some guys. But like, I'm sure Justin knows very well. It's very hard for those police officers to ignore all the free donuts. So I guess that's I guess that's the case with the old Chris Dawkins. But I'm gonna pick him here. I'm gonna say he ends up getting a first round TKO.
Yeah, man. So next fight, man, we got my first play of the night. We got TJ Brown versus Danny Chavez. And yeah, I'm gonna go with this one first, man. I have my first play of the night. I have 2 units on Chavez at plus 150. I will say right off the bat, there isn't a lot of tape on him. So I mean, it is kind of a gamble that I bet on him. I mean, I only watched one fight, and literally the only fight of him that I watched is his last fight. He beat a 6-3 guy, and I thought it was a good win. You know, before that, he actually beat a 7-2 guy too. So it's not like he's fucking fighting like jobbers or anything. I will admit that Brown's probably better competition, but I like what I see from Chavez. I mean, first off, he's a black belt and he trains at MMA Masters, which is a pretty good camp. Second off, he's the better striker here if you watch the tape. I mean, he has a good right hand. He has good pressure. He has good cardio. I like his game, man, on the feet. I haven't seen him, been taken down. Obviously, there's not a lot of tape on him, but the guy's a black belt in the mat, dude. I mean, that's going to be, an advantage, man. And Brown, Brown's a good grappler. I'll give him some of his props. I mean, the guy's big for the division. He's a good grappler, but I mean, the guy gets hit a lot, man. He's been knocked out 3 times, sub 3 times. He puts himself in a lot of bad positions. You watch this fight of Contender Series against Dylan Lockhart. I mean, Dylan won that first round. Dylan hurt him really bad right off the gate. Dylan put him in some really bad spots, and Dylan's not that good. If you watch the tape on Dylan in the past, I mean, the dude's not good, dude. And Dylan was winning that fight, man, until fucking Brown tapped him out. But what helped him was the fucking the deduction of the point. But still, I mean, Dylan fucking dropped him and won that first round for sure. Also, Brown fucking got KO'd to a guy in 2018 that's 15-18. So like, I don't think this Brown guy is that good. I mean, yeah, he trains with fucking Thug Nasty, but I mean, if you watch Brown's style, dude, like, I don't think he's that good, man. I mean, he's tough. I'll give him that, but he slows down all of his fights. He has good grappling, but like, I just don't know if he can go out there and control a guy like Chavez in the mat. And you're fighting a guy who's a black belt, dude. Like, you're gonna put yourself in bad positions. And on the feet, I don't think his striking is that good. Let's be honest. Like, if you watch Chavez's last fight, his right hand's really good, man. He hits like a truck, dude. So I definitely give Chavez a striking advantage. I give Brown the grappling advantage. But I don't know if Brown's gonna go out there and fucking just control him on the mat and dominate a guy that's fucking, never been tapped out, BJJ black belt. So I mean, I got to go with the dog. And I mean, I think Brown's a fade. I don't think he's that good. I really don't. I'm not impressed with him, dude. I mean, he's 14-7, dude. I mean, not the best record, dude. And I know he's won 7 out of the last 10 fights, but like I mentioned, the guy got knocked out against a fucking 15-18 guy in 2018. And even his last fight against Griffin, bro. I mean, he was winning the fight and then he fucking just got tapped out, dude. Like, I don't know, man. I like Griffin, but he's kind of low level, dude. So I'm gonna go with Chavez, man. I think he's gonna go out there and fucking knock out fucking Brown, man, in the first fucking round. So I got Chavez. But I said, it's kind of a risk because there's not a lot of tape out there. Like, I mean, his first fight's out there, but you really have to fucking dig for it. And then, I mean, you watched it too. And then there's a highlight reel, but there's not a lot of fucking more fights out there besides that, dude. So I'm really curious to watch his his interview on MMA Junkie, which is probably gonna come out fucking tomorrow, Thursday. But I gotta go Chavez, man. And one more thing too. I mean, his 3 losses. I mean, 2012, 2016, 2016. I mean, he's on a 3-fight winning streak, dude. So, and I mentioned his right hand, but I like his straight left as well. I mean, he has good counter striking, and Brown, he's a wild man. He's a brawler. He's gonna go forward, dude, and he's gonna leave himself open, man, for those counters. So, I got Danny Chavez by KO. Who you got?
Yeah, I'll disagree with you, man. And one thing I'll say real quick, you said Danny Chavez has never been subbed before. He was subbed.
Oh, he's one time. I forgot.
Yeah, he was subbed by Jason Suarez. But to be fair, that was a 5th round of a title fight against a guy who's 14-0, 15-0. Jason Suarez is a beast.
He should be.
But anyway, man. One other thing I'll say, he's a black belt, bro. He's got a picture with a black belt on Instagram. But what kind of black belt doesn't have a single submission win on his record whatsoever? I'm not buying the whole black belt bit. I mean, I think that's just I don't know. You see so many times these days fighters that are allegedly black belts, and then you research that, you see that, and then they fucking fight and they look like shit on the mat. I've seen it time after fucking time. Happens a lot with women mostly, but guys too. You just can't really buy into that. You just got to go off what you see on tape. And unfortunately, there's just not enough tape on this guy to really have a solid pick. His last fight was 2 minutes. Granted, I will give him props. He stuffed every takedown from that guy and then knocked him out in 2 minutes. Then there was another fight from 2015. Can't really look into that too much because it's 5 years ago. And then there's a highlight reel, but I don't know. We just don't know. TJ Brown could just totally come out here, take him down, sub him. I don't know. I could see it, but it just all depends. We just don't fucking know enough. So it's not even worth me, talking about it, but I'm going to go with TJ Brown, even though a lot of the things Justin said is right. TJ Brown is, he's hittable. He's chinny. I've seen him rocked by jabs badly. Not a good look from TJ Brown. And even on the mat, he puts himself in a lot of bad submissions as well. So from a betting perspective, I know Justin got plus 150. If you want to take plus 150 or better, I think that's an all right bet. I don't know. It's a tough one. I'll go with TJ Brown just because I've seen more of him. He's had that UFC experience, and he's a really fucking good grappler. So I'll say he gets a submission in the second round.
Yeah, man. So next fight, dude, we got Felice Herrig versus Bernard Jandiroba. Who you got in this one?
Man, this is the last fight I looked into on this card, actually. I even looked into the one that was announced last night before this. I looked into this fight literally fucking an hour and a half, an hour ago, and I gotta say, man, I think the line might be a little off here. Now, Felice Herrig, she hasn't fought in a while. Let me look real quick. She hasn't fought since October of 2018, a decision loss against Michelle Waterson. Before that, a decision loss against Karolina Kowalkiewicz. But before that, she was on a nice little 4-win streak against all right names: Courtney Casey, Justine Quiche, Alexa Grasso, and then Kylan Curran. She absolutely ran through Kylan Curran. But yeah, Felice Herrig is on for a fucking long time, man. She's super experienced. She fought in Muay Thai. She has a Muay Thai fight on her Tapology record from 2005. It says kickboxing, but I'm pretty sure it's actually Muay Thai. But dude, Felice Herrig is she's been around the fucking block, and watching her fights, even her most recent ones against Michelle and Carolina, where she lost, I wouldn't say she was declining. It's just maybe now that she's been off for 2 years, maybe she'll be a little rusty. Maybe she's not quite as good as she once was. Maybe she's not quite as hungry as she once was. Like, I don't know if she's just going to be quite as hungry as Verna Jandiroba, who's, 15-1, working her way up in the division. She just got her first UFC win. Even her loss against Carla Esparza, she showed glimpses of, she's a really good fucking fighter, man. Like, she's a very, very talented BJJ grappler. But I got a major concern here, man. So anytime Verna Jandiroba is not able to get a submission, so let's look at it. Like, okay, she got a sub in her most recent fight against Mallory Martin. Before that, didn't get the sub against Carla Esparza, lost the decision. 2018 in Invicta, didn't get the sub against Mizuki Inoue, squeaked out a very close split decision. And, Mizuki Inoue, I like the girl. She's not, she's no Felice Herrig in my opinion. So not a good look. Even her decision before that didn't submit this girl, Erica Almeida, on the regional scene in 2017. Eked out a very close split decision. So, guys, when Verna Jandiroba doesn't get the submission, there's a lot of sketchy moments. And I have every reason to believe that Felice Herrig is the better striker here. It's just, can she keep it on the feet at all? I mean, I don't know, man. That's really tough to say. Like, this is a hard fight to cap, but looking at the odds the bookies are currently giving us, -310 comeback on Felice, +255. I'd have to definitely say the value is on Felice Herrig. I just don't know if I'm willing to take the shot. I'll have to think more about it. Maybe hear some interviews. And I also just don't really want to fade Verna Jandiroba. I actually bet on Carla Esparza against her, but like I view Carla Esparza as a higher level fighter than Felice Herrig, and obviously my thought into that was, Carla's a fucking amazing wrestler. This girl Verna is not even going to be able to take her down, and then Carla's just going to outstrike her. But it didn't even go that way. Verna, she did pretty well, man. I mean, she got takedowns. She had her moments for sure. So I get why she's the favorite. I just think the line's off. Right now, I'll pick Verna Jandiroba. I'll say she wins a close decision, but I might end up betting Felice, and if that's the case, I'll change my pick to her.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like the odds are off here. I mean, you could say maybe it's a close fight, but I got to go with Verna, man. I faded her last fight with Mallory Martin, and it was a bad bet. I bet her versus Carla Esparza. I thought that she won the second round. I mean, that was a pretty close fight. Came down the third round. Yeah, dude, Verna's pretty good, man. I mean, legit black belt on the mat. I mean, really good jiu-jitsu. You saw her submission last fight. She's tough. She has a good chin. Her striking's not bad. I've never really been impressed with Herrig's striking. I don't think that she has good striking. I think she's a tough girl. She has good grappling. But I feel like on the feet, Verna's the better striker, and she's more technical, and she's faster. And this fight hits the mat. I mean, Herrig probably has better wrestling, but Jandiroba has the better jiu-jitsu, dude. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Jandiroba. And I would not be surprised if she got her out of there, dude, even though Herrig's a very tough girl. I mean, I think Jandiroba could tap her out, dude. Herrig hasn't fought in a long time, dude. So I'll go with Jandiroba. So next fight, we got Herbert Burns versus Daniel Pineda. Interesting fight, man. Pre-tape, man, I was really looking hard at this fight. I really thought that Pineda could be live, man. And then after I watched the tape, the line's a little steep, I'll admit it, but I got to go with Burns, dude. I mean, I don't want to fade this guy right now, man. This guy's good, dude. I mean, I know he hasn't fought the best competition, dude, but this guy is so good on the mat. And Pineda is a black belt, man, as well. But, I mean, there's levels of black belts, dude. Burns is the way better black belt, and Pineda's been tapped out like 7 times. So, I mean, that's a huge red flag. We've seen him get taken down recently, man, on the PFL. Yeah, he beat fucking Kennedy, but like, let's be honest, dude. I mean, we were high on Kennedy, I feel like, when he first came in UFC, but then he just fucking dropped the deuce. I don't know what the fuck happened to him, dude. He has good pressure and good striking. I mean, arguably you could say Pineda probably has the better striking, but I like Burns in the clinch, dude. I mean, we saw those knees, man, really good knees, and this guy's grappling, his ground game, dude, his top game is just another level, dude. And he's a huge fucking featherweight. He might be one of the biggest featherweights on the roster, dude. So I'm going to go with Burns, man. I think Burns takes him down and fucking pounds him out, dude. So I got Burns. But, Pineda, I wouldn't say he's a jobber, dude. I mean, he's been around for a long time. I mean, he could win fights in UFC for sure, but I don't think this is the best matchup for him, man. I'm gonna go with Herbert Burns. Who do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Herbert Burns. I think he definitely is a rightful favorite, but I mean, we talk here from a betting perspective. I think I won't even say that the line's off. I just think if you are gonna bet a side, I think Pineda probably at plus 250 rather than Burns at minus 300. I just think eventually it'll hit the mat, of course, and Justin's right. There's levels to the black belt game, and Herbert Burns is definitely the much better BJJ guy. Just I don't know, man. Watching tape on Herbert Burns, there's a lot of moments I don't like, bro. Like even against Nate Landwehr in his UFC debut, like it was looking real fucking nice at first. He got Nate down. It looked like he might even be able to wrap up an early sub, but then Nate works his way back up to his feet, which, credit to Nate. He, we could see that on the tape back in the Russia scene. The guy does have a good get up game, but like, I don't know, man, if a guy like Nate Landwehr can get back up to his feet and, start working his way back to, out striking Herbert Burns, I don't know. What can Daniel Pineda do here? I mean, of course, credit to Herbert Burns. He caught Nate Landwehr with a beautiful fucking knee, but it was a little low percentage, and I think it'd be crazy to think he's going to be able to get another knockout here against Daniel Pineda. I think he probably needs a sub here, but I don't know. And even against fucking Derek Minner, dude, on Contender Series, it's like, I don't know, man. Pineda's super experienced. The last time he was submitted was actually all the way back in 2010 against Chaz Kelley. So it's been a while since he submitted. Now, granted, he hasn't fought a guy like Herbert Burns, but I don't know. And one other thing I'll mention, he fought on the PFL, looked really fucking good on the PFL. He knocked out finished a 14-0 Russian and then finished Jeremy Kennedy in the first round. But guy was fucking juiced, man. He popped. He admitted to using an illegal substance. And because he admitted it, he was only given 6 months. And here he is. He's back. So I don't know, man. Maybe he's still feeling pretty good from that juice, even though it's been a while. Maybe he's got one more fight left in him where he's got, the juice flowing through his veins. Who the fuck knows, man? I kind of want to just stay away from this fight, even though I think it's good to target on DraftKings. But I'm going to go with Herbert Burns. I think eventually it'll hit the mat and he'll wrap some shit up. He's a beast on that mat. So Herbert Burns, round 2 sub.
Yeah, man. Next fight, dude. This is a really interesting fight. We got Livina Souza versus Ashley Yoder. And yeah, man, Kelton, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Olivia Souza here. I thought Ashley Yoder might be live at first just based on – I don't think Olivia Souza has really looked good in the UFC. Like, she had her debut against Alex Chambers, who's, the biggest fade in fucking UFC history, if we're being honest here. Alex Chambers is awful. So that was an easy submission win. But then we fight Sarah Froten, completely exposed as a big ass fraud, and that fight was a little sketchy. If anything, that was Frota's like best looking performance in the UFC. I know she only had 2 UFC fights and she got destroyed by Jillian Robertson in one of them, but like, yeah, I don't know. That wasn't a good look to have such a close fight with Sarah Frota. And then Brianna Van Buren, just like, guys, that was one of the bigger beatdowns I've seen in women's MMA in like recent years. Like, Brianna Van Buren took care of business big time there. But I will be honest here, man. I think this is a good matchup for Olivia Souza. I do think she's the better striker. She's got more firepower. She's got a really fucking nice body kick. I forget who she hit it on in Invicta. Was it Deanna Bennett, I think?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, dude. It was like 40 seconds in. Just beautiful shot. Like, the girl's a G, man. I mean, she does hit pretty hard. She's got that swagger about her. She's tough. And then even on the mat, like, that's where Yoder's best work is, or grappling. But even then, I kind of feel like Olivia Souza is actually the better grappler. So, yeah, I think the line is probably about right. I wouldn't say Olivia Souza should be wider just because, I mean, when you take a beat down like that, like she did against Brianna Van Buren, you just don't know if they're going to come back the same. So I think you gotta wait it out, see how Livia Souza looks here. If she looks good and she's priced similar against a similar opponent next time, maybe then you pay a little bit of juice on her. But I'm gonna say this is one of the bigger passes on the card, even though I'll go with Livia Souza by unanimous decision.
Yeah, man. Pre-tape, I thought maybe Yoder could be live, but then you watch the tape. I mean, yeah, it's a good matchup for Souza, man. Souza, I feel like, is better everywhere. I mean, better striking. She has the better grappling. I mean, this fight hits the mat. It'll get really interesting because both these girls have good grappling and good ground games. But yeah, man, I think Souza could just control her, man, and win a decision. Her gas tank's not the best, but I mean, Yoder's a tough girl too, man. I mean, she has a good chin. She has a lot of heart. I thought she got robbed of her against fucking, was it Mackenzie Dern? Yeah, I thought that was a close fight, man. I thought she could have won that fight. But yeah, man. I mean, fucking Souza got dominated last fight versus Van Buren, but different matchup here. Van Buren actually has striking. Yoder's pretty awkward on the feet, not that striking. I'll go with the girl that's a better striker, and I think that has a better ground game. So I'll go with Lavina Souza. Next fight, man, we got Jim Miller versus Vince Pichel. This is a really, really close fight. I've been going back and forth with this fight. I've had a tough time with this fight, man. Damn, dude. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I really want to go with Miller, dude, really bad, man. But something's telling me, dude, just Pichel survives the first round, he's gonna win, and I think that's what's gonna happen, man. I mean, I think the first round's gonna be fucking tough, dude. I mean, Jim Miller comes out like a fucking beast in the first round. Really good pressure. His boxing's fucking good. I mean, his cardio's his fucking downfall, man. I mean, he's been looking good. He's getting all these finishes, but you watch the fight with Roosevelt Roberts. I mean, Roberts kind of gave him that win, man. I mean, Roberts fucking just tripped, dude. I mean, if he wouldn't have tripped, I mean, let's be honest, dude. I think Roberts would have beat him, dude. I mean, Roberts fucking tripped. Miller fucking caught the kick, got on top, and got the armbar. It was a nasty armbar. We know that Miller has a legit ground game, and I know Pichel's been tapped out before. Actually, has he?
Yes.
Yes, against Gillespie, right? Or did Gregor tap him out? Or did Gregor pound him out?
No, he got a sub.
Okay, and then I know was it Rustam fucking like slammed KO'd him a long time ago, but Pichel 5-1 in his last 6. I mean, good win against Joaquim Silva. I mean, I think he has the better striking than Miller. I actually think he has good grappling too. I mean, that's how he beat Roosevelt Roberts. I mean, the guy has good cardio, dude. He has a big cardio advantage here. He's tough as fuck against Pichel. He's the bigger dude. A lot of advantages for him, man. It's just the first round's gonna be so sweat fest, man. Because Miller has good grappling. Miller can 100% take him down. I don't think Pichel's like legit or anything. I mean, he's pretty decent. I was shocked that he beat Roosevelt Roberts. I mean, I feel like 8 times out of 10, Roberts would beat him. Roberts is kind of his first L time and kind of just quit in that 3rd round. I think if Pichel survives the first round, like I already mentioned, he wins this fight. So I'm gonna go with Vince Pichel, and I'm gonna go with the decision win. What about you?
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. As soon as Jim Miller hit plus money, I'm like, okay, we obviously got the more technical fighter here in Jim Miller, more experienced fighter as well. So in my opinion, we're getting the better fighter, more experienced fighter at plus money. But I mean, when you look into it, bro, like I know Jim Miller's been getting a couple nice wins here in the past, but like the problems are still there. We just haven't really seen it because he's getting the first round wins. Like Justin mentioned the cardio. Yeah, that's definitely a big problem. But like another thing, the chin, dude. I mean, Jim Miller's took a lot of damage in his career, and even that win against Clay Guida a couple fights ago, like even right before he, hurt Guida and got the sub, he got hurt himself. And if you're getting rocked by Clay Guida, I don't know. It's not a good look. And one thing I'll say about Vince Pichel, he's actually one of the more underrated hard hitters in the UFC too. So I actually think Vince Pichel could even get a first round knockout here. But the worry is Jim Miller, he is a motherfucker still in that first round. And would I be completely shocked if he just took down Pichel and, wrapped up a sub? I can't say I would. I'm not recommending going and betting Vince Pichel at minus 130 or whatever he is now. But, if you got him at like the opener, whatever he was, minus 105, minus 110 on Vince Pichel, I don't think that's a bad bet whatsoever because he's got paths here. He's got good wrestling of his own, right? He's definitely came a long way from getting absolutely ragdolled by Hustam Kabalov. So yeah, I think Vince Pichel survives the first round, might even knock out Jim Miller in the later rounds. So I'm actually going to go with Vince Pichel by knockout. I'm going to say he knocks out Jim Miller in the second round, gets the biggest win of his career.
Nice fight, dude. This is probably one of the best fights of the card. And I've had a tough time with this fight, man. We have John Dodson versus fucking Merab Dvalishvili. What do you got, man?
Holy shit, man. I'm going to be honest, bro. Like, I don't know who I got. Like, I guess Merab should, he should be the favorite. He's the rightful favorite here. The dude's an absolute machine. He's one of the, the better wrestler prospects that we've seen in recent years. Like, the guy is out there getting 13 and 12 takedowns per fight. He's an absolute madman, super entertaining to watch too. I think that, there's a lot of potential in Merab Dvalishvili. It's just, man, this is a big step up. John Dodson is, he's no fucking no slouch whatsoever. The guy is definitely there. He's in every single fight too. Like, guys, John Dodson has never been finished. Like, John Dodson has never gotten his guard passed in the UFC. Even though John Dodson has been in the UFC for what, 9 years, even though he's been in the UFC 9 years, he's, he's never gotten his guard passed, bro. And 80% takedown defense for being in the UFC in 9 years, like, that's really fucking impressive, man. And that's the kind of, talent you want to have and that you need to fight Merab Dvalishvili, because like we saw in Merab's last fight when he fought that dude on short notice who was making his UFC debut. If you don't know what you're doing, if you can't quite even come close to stuff in the takedowns, you're gonna get fucking ragdolled, man. This is not the case here, man. John Dodson, I like his footwork. He's one of the fastest guys in the division. He's one of the hardest guys to hold down. This is going to be a really fucking interesting fight for DraftKings, man. I'm going to go heavy on this fight because I see this fight playing out maybe three different ways. The first, I'd say, I think Merab Dvalishvili can, he shoots in such volume that he is going to get takedowns on John Dodson here. I don't doubt that whatsoever. If he shoots fucking 30 takedowns in this fight, I think he will get at least like 4 or 5. It's just, can he keep John Dodson down? I don't know, man. We haven't seen the guy held down. Like, so he got taken down by Marlon Moraes. He got right back up. He got taken down by Peter Yan. Got right back up. Taken down by Nate Wood, got right back up. Taken down by Pedro Munoz, right back up. Then again, none of those guys are quite the wrestler that Merab is, but like the thing is, one of the reasons why Merab has so many fucking takedowns per fights, guys, is because his top control actually really is not the greatest. Like, guys get up. That's how he ends up with so many fucking takedowns. So, and I think being the best guy Merab's ever fought in John Dodson, John Dodson has big fucking power. Like, y'all forgot he absolutely rocked Peter Yan in their fight, dropped him right on his ass. Not obviously knocked out Nate Wood, killed a prospect in his last fight. Like, man, I see plus 220 on John Dodson at Bet Online. I don't know about that, man. I'm definitely thinking about betting John Dodson here. Obviously, the worry is that he just gets taken down, gets back up, gets taken down again, rinse, repeat for 15 minutes. But, man, I feel like along the way at some point, he can actually capitalize getting back up. I feel like he can catch Merab coming in with a knockout. I feel like maybe he can do more on the feet in some rounds that Merab can do with the wrestling in some rounds. So I think Dodson's alive for a knockout or a decision, guys. I'm actually going to, throw out a fire take here. I'm going to take John Dodson by round 2 knockout. And I guess because I picked him on the podcast, I'm probably going to end up having to bet him. So, probably going to put 1 or 2 units on John Dodson.
Yeah, man, he's live, man. I do think the line's off. I think he's live. He's the better striker, man. He hits hard, man. He's fast, good right hand, good straight left. He's so tough. It's really hard to hold this guy down. I feel like Mighty Mouse is the only person to take him down like more than once. Yan got him down twice, but they're like so fucking. You got him down twice or once?
Who? Demetrius?
No, Mighty Mouse got him down more than once, but Yan got him down
He got
once.
him down twice.
But he got right. I mean, he has a good get up game. But the thing with Merab, dude, is let's be honest, he's definitely one of the best grapplers in the division. I think his cardio is so good. I mean, he might have the best cardio in the division. He just doesn't get tired, dude. He fucking takes you down, and then he just fucking keeps on, man. Relentless, dude. His pace, his boxing's actually improved a lot too. His striking looked pretty good last fight. He has a good chin. I wouldn't be shocked if Dawson dropped him because Dawson hits like a truck, but I can't pick against Merab. I can't, man. I've done it before. I did it against Casey Kenny. I did it against fucking that jobber Katona. I can't do it, man. I mean, this guy's legit. This dude is a legit guy, man. I mean, he's arguably probably going to be a top 5 dude, maybe even past that. I mean, like, look at the division, man. I mean, he beats a lot of guys in that top 15, man. Dawson's no slouch, man. I mean, he's 3-3 in his last 6. He's inconsistent. The Nathaniel Wood fight was pretty back and forth until he knocked him out. It's a close fight. I do need the lines off. I mean, Dawson's so fast and he's so low volume. That's what bothers me about him. But his hands are legit, dude. Dawson has good boxing, and we both mentioned great get up game. But the thing is, Merab's not going to get tired, man. Taking him down more than once, he's going to be on him and he's going to be in his face. And the kid's cardio is legit. The kid is legit, dude. So I'm gonna go with Merab. I'll go with a 29-28. I do think that Dawson has his moments in this fight, but I wish you luck if you bet Dawson. I do think that he's live and the line's off. So next fight. Speaking of lines that are off, I actually don't think this line's off. We got Junior Dos Santos versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik, and yeah, man. This is a good fight, man. I think that Rozenstruik's going to go out there and fucking kill him, dude, in the first round. The fact that JDS has been losing some weight and all that stuff, personally, I don't think that helps his chin. I mean, the dude's chin is not good. I mean, let's be honest, man. When you look at my stats real quick, I mean, he's been knocked out in his last 2 fights. He's been knocked out 5 times. I mean, yeah, he has a good uppercut. Yeah, he has good boxing. But the thing is, Rozenstruik is just so much faster than him. Rozenstruik hits like a fucking truck. I know Rozenstruik got KO'd last fight. They both got KO'd last fight. I mean, they both got KO'd against fucking Nagano. But the thing is that I like Rozenstruik's boxing. I think he's a lot faster. I think he's more durable. And I just think that JDS is washed. JDS, I mean, you can't sit here and say Rozenstruik's washed. He just lost to the best dude in the division. Besides, obviously, Stipe. But, I mean, let's be honest. He's going to fucking beat Stipe when they fight in the rematch. Nagano's that good, dude. I don't trust his chin. I do not trust JDS's chin, man. I don't, man. Do you do you expect JDS to come out here and shoot? I mean, yeah, probably has the better grappling, but when was the last time JDS even shot a takedown? These guys are gonna fucking strike on the feet, and I gotta go with the guy that's the faster and I think the better striker, man. I mean, I think Rozenstruik's a better striker, and I do think the Rozenstruik is more durable. So I'll go with the faster guy, and I think Rozenstruik's going to hurt him. One thing, real quick, I didn't mention is, let's be honest, dude. Rozenstruik might have one of the best jabs in the UFC. That guy's jab is fucking light and fucking fast, bro. So, I mean, I feel like he's going to fucking hurt fucking JDS bad, dude. I got Rozenstruik first round KO. Who you got?
Yeah, man, I kind of went back and forth on this one. Pre-tape, I definitely thought JDS was live, man. He was sitting at plus 135. I looked into it, thought about it. I mean, guys, let's be honest. JDS, he might be the better fighter, like almost all around. Like we've seen, trash from Rozenstruik on the mat. Even though I'll say it looks like he improved his groundwork in the Alistair Overeem fight. People were kind of worried, Overeem might just take this guy down and bash the skull in, but he kept his composure in that fight and worked his way back up. So I guess Rozenstruik's improving in that aspect. But if you'd have to give a grappling edge to anybody, probably Junior Dos Santos. But the thing is, Justin said it, he doesn't really shoot. Like, I know the Tai Tuivasa fight ended up on the mat, but pretty sure that was because he knocked down Tai Tuivasa. Junior Dos Santos, I mean, I won't say it's out of the realm of possibility that he could shoot here. I mean, he could. I'd be pretty surprised, but he's probably going to come in here and strike with Rozenstruik. He's probably going to do what he tries to do, just outbox these guys. And, man, yeah, both these guys are really fucking good strikers. I think this is an awesome fight, man. I love this pay-per-view main card. we're gonna see some high level striking here for sure. But like, yeah, the thing is why I kind of swayed my pick, and I'm going to be going with Jairzinho Rozenstruik by first round knockout here is because I didn't like what I saw from Junior Dos Santos, man. It's not even just the chin declining. You know, he's getting older. He's taken a lot of knockouts, some losses. Just his shot selection in that Curtis Blades fight, like, I don't know. Did the wrestling really have Junior Dos Santos that terrified that he sloppy striker? Because let's be honest, his striking was sloppy in that fight. That's the sloppiest Junior Dos Santos' striking has ever looked. Now, I don't know if that's because he's declining, or I don't know if it's just because he was so fucking terrified of the wrestling of Curtis Blades, but definitely not a good look there. And then obviously an even worse look to get knocked out by a wrestler in Curtis Blades. So yeah, I don't know, man. The line got better on Jairzinho. I thought about it more. So yeah, going with Jairzinho. I think he catches Junior early with something. First round knockout.
Yeah, if his line gets better, I'm going to bet on him. Just like you said, and also BK in the chat, shout out to him. I mean, the guy got knocked out against a grappler. I mean, Blades is a good fighter. No, I mean, he's a legit fighter. He's good, but he got knocked out against a fucking wrestler, bro. I mean, not the best look, dude. Blades striking is nowhere near Rozenstruik's, dude. Rozenstruik's striking is legit. Next fight, dude. This is the people's main event, man. This is a legit banger, man. We got Chito Vera versus O'Malley. I gotta say right now off the bat, dude. I might get some shit for saying this right now, but this should be a pick'em, dude. I know you don't agree with me, but 100% should be a pick'em, dude. I got the dog here. I bet Chito Vera 2 units to plus 55. I don't get it, man. I don't get this fight at all. I mean, this is the first real test. I mean, this is legit the first real fighter that O'Malley's fighting. All the fighters have been fighting have been fucking ham and eggers, dude. Um, I'm telling you, man, this is a great matchup, dude. O'Malley has really good striking. I've been really impressed with him. I mean, damn, dude, the striking he fucking showed last fight. He has good head kicks, good jab, a good right hand. He's so fluid. He's so fucking his movement, dude. He's really good out there, man. And you know, he's undefeated. He hasn't had that first L yet, dude. He's the better striker for sure. He's better than Chito Vera in the feet. I'll give him that. Cheeto's came a long way on the feet, though. I mean, his striking's improved a lot, man. I mean, Cheeto's boxing looked great last fight against Song Yadong. You know, I got to give the striking the sugar, but the grappling advantage, man, is huge, dude, for Chito. Dude, if Chito gets him down, bro, I know that O'Malley is a purple belt now, but there's levels of this, like we already mentioned recently, dude. Cheeto's so much better on the mat, dude. Cheeto's a legit fucking black belt. Cheeto has really good cardio. He's fucking tough. He's never been knocked out. He has a legit chin. He got raw versus Song Yadong. He should have fucking won that fight. He's a finisher. I mean, Cheeto's improved so much, dude. This is not the same Chito that fought fucking Davey Grant. This is a top 15 dude. Cheeto's legit. And now Sugar's fucking, he's not fighting the Tyrion Wares, the guy that he fucking struggled with. He's not fighting the Sukumentals anymore. He's fighting, he's making a huge step up, bro, from Eddie Wineland to Chito, dude. Chito, one thing I like about Chito, too, especially in this matchup, Chito's going to be in his face. He's not going to let fucking O'Malley use his distance, bro, at all. I mean, and I think Chito could actually hurt him on the feet. I mean, Chito has good boxing. He has good knees in the clinch, but let's be honest. Chito's not stupid. He knows he has to get this fight down on the mat. And I think the longer this fight goes, you got to give the advantage to Chito. I mean, the Sukumav fight was so stupid, bro. I mean, like, so stupid. I mean, anyone smart with a good IQ would have won that fight. I actually think that if Chito gets this fight down on the mat, it could be over, bro, shortly after. I mean, one back take, dude, this fight's over, man. I mean, huge advantage on the mat and on the feet. I mean, O'Malley has the advantage, but is it fucking like a huge advantage? Like, I don't think so, man. I mean, Chito has knees. He has good kicks. That's one thing. Really good leg kicks, too, Chito has. So, O'Malley needs to fucking watch out for that. He better check those kicks. I mean, yeah, he has a better boxing, but great kicks for Chito. His right hand, his striking's improved a lot. His boxing's improved. Great cardio. His pressure's good. Great chin. The thing with Chito is chin, dude. I mean, Wineland can't eat a shot. Fucking all these other guys that O'Malley's fighting, fucking Teco. Teco and Wineland have fucking terrible fucking chins. You know that, dude? Now he's fighting a dude that's so fucking durable. It's going to be in his face. It's going to actually throw back and hurt him on the feet. I mean, Man, dude, this is a great matchup, and I like O'Malley, dude. O'Malley's good. I mean, O'Malley's the future. He's a future fucking top 10 guy, maybe even beyond that, dude. But it's all about matchups, dude. Styles make fucking fights, and this is a bad matchup, dude, for fucking O'Malley, dude. So I'm gonna go with Chito Vera, and I'm gonna go out on the limb here and make a big statement in this fight, and I'm gonna say that he taps out Sean O'Malley late in the first round. Kelton, who do you got?
Yeah, man. Fucking amazing co-main event. I'm glad after all his hard work he's putting in all these years. I'm glad Chito Vera is getting a slot like this. Thinking back the last time Chito Vera had like a fight this big, I think about the retirement fight versus Brad Pickett. That was such a great fight. It was like probably the best Brad Pickett had looked in a couple of years. He was doing a really good job in that fight, and then Chito, guy's a beast. He landed that fucking head kick. Gave Brad Pickett tons of respect after. I'll always remember that moment. Got tons of respect for Chito for that. And guys, Justin made some good points. For sure, Chito has a big cardio edge here, or grappling edge. He's fought the better competition for sure. There's enough of a case for Chito Vera here that I wouldn't bet Sean O'Malley at minus 290. Again, kind of the theme of the night for me here, man, with these minus 250 to minus 300s. I'm picking them, but I think the line might be a little off. I think it is Chito Vera or pass from a betting perspective. So I do wish Justin luck. It's just, man, I think so highly of Sean O'Malley and his skills, and he's getting better every single fight, man. Like, looking at the difference from him back fighting Terry and Ware and Andre Sukumtoth, and then he had the USADA suspension. He was gone a couple years. I mean, night and day difference. The guy looked bigger. He just looked more filled out. He moves better in there. He's super fucking accurate. Like, he became more technical than he already was. Like, even going back to his Contender Series fight against Alfred Kashaki, and I think the guy is like, dude, I don't know if I've ever seen, striking technique like that from like such a young guy in the Contender Series before. This dude, Sean O'Malley, is absolutely 100% like a huge like prodigy, man. Like, this guy is going to be in the top 15 for a very long time. I think his striking skills are just, one of the best in the division, which is crazy to say for a 25-year-old kid who hasn't really fought that great of competition. This fight is definitely going to tell us a lot, man. I think Sean O'Malley will have to overcome some adversity in this fight, but I'm going to say he overcomes it. He's doing a lot too. Like, he's doing grappling competitions, looking good in those grappling competitions too. The guy definitely has grappling. I would give the grappling advantage to Chito Vera, but I don't think Sean O'Malley is some kind of fish out of water down there. I think if it happens to hit the mat, he can just work his way back up. And even if he doesn't knock out Chito Vera in the first round here, I have no reason to believe he can't win rounds 2 and 3 as well. So I'm going to go with the guy with the way higher ceiling. I'm going to go with one of the best strikers in the division here, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I got enough respect for Chito to say he doesn't knock Chito out, but I will go with Sean O'Malley via a clean 30-27 decision.
If this fight gets out of the first round, it's gonna be really interesting, man. I mean, I feel like his cardio is gonna be tested here, dude. And I mean, let's be honest, dude. He's never been tested in UFC. He's never been tested, period. Now he's fighting a legit top 15 dude. I mean, Cheeto's top 15. I mean, arguably, I could say he's top 10. I mean, I could see him beating guys in the top 15 right now. This is a legit fucking fighter. I see people in the chat shitting on Chito, saying he's a bum. Like, come on, what? No, this isn't the same Chito, bro. This is not the same Chito that fought Davey Grant. This guy's a fucking beast, dude. He's a good fighter, man. Like, he puts himself in bad positions, like against Nolan Hernandez, but what do? He finished him. He's a finisher, bro. The Song Yadong fight, I don't care what anyone says, he won that fight. What do you think Song Yadong would do to O'Malley right now? Straight up, let's talk about that. And I like O'Malley. Song Yadong would fucking beat him, man. I mean, yeah, dude, I got Song Yadong over O'Malley right now. And Chito went out there and fucking made it a very fucking close fight and arguably fucking won. I mean, I feel like a lot of people scored that fight for him. So, I mean, I don't get how people saying he's a fucking jobber, dude. Chito's a legit fucking top 15 dude. O'Malley's not fighting the fucking 36-year-old Wylands anymore. The Wares, the Tecos. It's a huge step up, though. He's fighting the guys that are like in the top 60. Now he's fighting a legit top 15. He's a huge step up, bro. Like, Wineland to Chito? You know how big of a step that is? From Vera just went from fucking Song and Dong the O'Malley. I mean, he went. I arguably think that your Dong's a better fighter than O'Malley right now, like straight up. So, and people don't forget. People don't like to say this either. Chito won the third round versus John Winokur, like straight up. Like Chito has really good weight kicks, dude. And, you know, Chito's a good fighter. People just think that he's just a comeback guy and all this stuff. I don't think so. So I got Chito, man. Next fight, we got Stipe Miocic with Daniel DC Cormier, the main event of the evening. Kelton, who do you got, man?
Holy shit, dude. What a fucking fight. I mean, man, it's hard to think of fights that have had more stakes than what's happening here, guys. I mean, this is fucking legendary, man. So, I mean, two of the greatest heavyweights of all time. One in Stipe, who I would say, as of right now, Stipe Miocic is absolutely 110% the greatest heavyweight of all time. Daniel Cormier, you know, he fought most of his career at light heavyweight, of course, but hey, man, he captured that heavyweight strap at one point. He got some nice wins at heavyweight and Strikeforce, you know, knocked out Bigfoot Silva before Bigfoot Silva was getting knocked out every fight. You know, he knocked out TRT Bigfoot Silva. Y'all know that, right? So, you know, Daniel Cormier, fucking a legend, man. I love both guys here. It's so hard to pick against either guy here, man. And, you know, foolishly, I was a little overconfident in Daniel Cormier in that second fight. I don't know why. I just was, and I think too much into the betting line. He was like minus 220. I'm like, yeah, Cormier is probably gonna win this fucking fight. But no, he didn't. Stipe Miocic showed why he is the greatest heavyweight of all time. Made adjustments. You know, obviously from that first fight, getting knocked out from that position, you know, he did his best to avoid that. Now, it was a little different in this in the first round in the second fight because Daniel Cormier, you know, he went to his wrestling and, you know, he had success with it. And then he never really went back to it. But, guys, I got to be honest. I don't know if Daniel Cormier could come out here and just wrestle Stipe for 5 rounds. Like, that's a tall task. Like, I feel like Stipe definitely has the better cardio. And I don't know, man. I just don't like that game plan from Cormier. Like, I kind of see why he abandoned it because, like, you could see in the fight, like, yeah, he won that round with the wrestling, but he used a lot of energy taking down Stipe, keeping him down. And you could see Stipe was just the more conditioned fighter in that fight. And so I gave Cormier round 1. I thought Cormier won round 2 as well. Even though round 2 was, you know, it was competitive. And then in that third round, really fucking close round that third round, but I actually edged it to Stipe. I know 2 out of the 3 judges gave that round for Stipe as well. So 2-1 going into that fourth round. And then, man, Cormier starts slowing down. Stipe figures out a, you know, a certain strike that can, that Cormier is just not defending against whatsoever. He starts ripping to that body, eventually goes up top, knocks out Daniel Cormier, gets his belt back. Super, I mean, the shit of legends there from fucking Stipe Miocic. So many people counted him out in that rematch, and man, got his belt back, got his confidence back. I'm sure his confidence was never shot, but still, I mean, just to get his belt back must be a, you know, a great fucking feeling. Man, it's interesting too. You can see how competitive both guys were. Like, if you look at Stipe's mannerisms after getting knocked out in the first fight, so fucking pissed off, just did not want to talk to anybody. And then same thing in the second fight when Daniel Cormier got knocked out, pretty fucking pissed off and was just shooing everyone away for a few minutes there. I just love the competitive spirit from both guys. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, not only is this fight to decide who the greatest heavyweight of all time is, this fight is the greatest heavyweight fight of all time, guys. It's awesome. And, you know, it's tough to pick just because, like, it's going to be a different fight, of course. And Daniel Cormier, like, obviously the guy, you know, he was going to wrestle at an Olympic level. Obviously insane record. What is he, like 23-2 or some shit? Guy's a great game planner. He wins fight. He finds a way to win, even in close fights. Like you remember his war with Alexander Gustafsson back in the day. Squeaked out a nice win there back when Gus was Gus back then. Like I'm not going to write off Daniel Cormier to come out here, change things up, and win the fight. Maybe even knock out Stipe again. Who knows? Maybe I'm dead wrong, and he could out wrestle Stipe for 5 rounds. I'm not thinking that happens though, man. I'm going to go with Stipe Miocic here. I mean, it's just certain factors that sway me towards the side of Stipe. Like Daniel Cormier is in his 40s. This is his retirement fight. This is the very last time we will ever see Daniel Cormier. Stipe Miocic has, I mean, dude just got his belt back. He has the most title defenses in UFC history. I mean, if we're being honest, this is no disrespect to Cormier, but he is more of a real heavyweight than Daniel Cormier is. And man, I think Stipe Miocic might have figured out Daniel Cormier in that second fight. Could be totally wrong, just how I feel. But, just has more left to give in the career, obviously. Like, I just can't really justify picking a retiring fighter over the greatest heavyweight of all time. I just can't do it. Like, I'm going to pick Stipe. I can't do it incredibly confidently, but I'm going to go with him. I'll say he finishes Cormier again, too. I'm going to say he finishes him 1 round earlier. I'm going to say he gets a 3rd round TKO. And I ain't going to lie, if he hits plus money, I know he was for a little bit there, I think, yesterday. I'm definitely open to betting Stipe Miocic at plus money here. So, yeah. What do you think, man?
What was he, like, plus 105 yesterday?
He's minus 105 right now. He was plus 100 for a little bit.
Yeah, man, it's an interesting fight. I mean, it's a trilogy. I mean, DC, what? Did he say that he's retiring for sure?
100%. One other thing I wanted to mention, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but the trilogy stats as well, guys. I went over it when Shogun fought Antonio Rogerio and Nogueira. Like, guys, whenever a trilogy happens, it's like, and especially now that Shogun won that fight, I'm sure the stats even went up. It's like almost 80% of the time the younger guy wins the trilogy fight. So just something else to think about too. Another factor going in Stipe's favor.
But Stipe hasn't said he's going to retire, has he?
No, hell no, dude. Stipe has a whole career ahead of him.
I know that he said he wants to fight John Jones, maybe. I mean, that would be fucking crazy. But, I mean, yeah, it's a good matchup, dude. I mean, the second fight, I mean, you could agree. DC was winning the fight until he got knocked out. I mean, Stipe, I mean, who's the better striker? Like, that's, like, my question. I feel like they both have really good boxing. You want to jump in? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That's a fucking tough one, man. They're really evenly matched in that aspect, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, they're chins wise. I feel like arguably Stipe is probably more durable, but I mean, I feel like they both could hurt each other. I mean, DC has good cardio. Stipe has good cardio. Obviously DC has a better grappling. I don't think Stipe is going to go out there and try to take him down, but I mean, Stipe is a dog. He has good boxing. It's a close fight, man. I mean, I've had a tough time with this fight. This is a pick 'em, for a reason. I do think that Stipe is going to get the job done, but I mean, would it surprise me if DC got the win? No, because both these guys are good. I mean, when do you ever hear of a retirement, like a guy that's retiring win? Doesn't happen that much, does it? Like, I would like someone to pull up the stats on that when someone says they're gonna, retire. Like, isn't Khalil fucking like retiring against Greg Hardy? Like,
yeah, I mean,
know.
one guy that comes to mind, Mark Munoz. He retired after a win off Luke Barnett. So, and that's really the only one that comes to mind, honestly. I think Uriah Faber, he originally was retiring when he fought Brad Pickett and beat Brad Pickett and retired, but obviously we know he didn't really retire.
Yeah, he'll probably be back, but yeah, man, I got to go with Stipe here as well. I think that he's, right now the better fighter. I mean, he's the bigger dude for sure. I mean, don't you think he's more durable too?
Stipe, absolutely,
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I hate to call the first fight a fluke. I won't even call it a fluke, but I'll be honest. I'll say the words low percentage. That's what it seemed like to me. Like, obviously, in my opinion, the second fight kind of showed that was a low percentage outcome.
Yeah, the first fight. I'm trying to, what happened in the first fight? Stipe.
It was real close. I'd say Cormier was looking good in the first couple minutes, and then Stipe kind of started coming on strong, and then Cormier landed the kill shot shortly after. I mean, it was a quick fight, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. This is one of those fights I want to sit back and just watch and fucking eat popcorn and stuff because I mean, it's going to be a good fight. I mean, they both can hurt each other. I mean, they both hurt each other before, so I mean, I could definitely see both of them dropping the guy. I mean, Stipe's not going to get takedowns in this fight, but yeah, I'll go Stipe as well. I think Stipe is going to finish DC, and DC is going to have a good life, man. I mean, DC's a fucking legend, dude. I mean, he's definitely probably one of the best heavyweights of all time, one of the best light heavyweights of all time. I mean, who's beat DC besides John Jones? Stipe. That's it.
Right.
No one else. So, I mean, he's only lost to great competition. So I got to go with Stipe. So bets wise, we'll do a little recap on our bets. I only have 2 bets so far. So I bet on Chito Vera 2 units at plus 255. And then I also bet on Danny Chavez 2 units at plus 150. Stay tuned to Twitter and see if I have anyone else. I might bet on Rozenstruik, but I mean, we'll see where the line goes there because I'm kind of nervous if I bet him last minute on Friday because I mean I bet on Turman last minute last Friday and we all know what happened there. So yeah, what about you? Tell us your plays one more time.
Yeah, man. I mean, as of right now, I don't have any plays. I'm definitely eyeing some stuff down. It's funny. As soon as we broke down that Kai Kamaka fight, I said how the odds dropped like 2 minutes before. It was minus 185, and I said he would get steamed. He did get steamed. Kai Kamaka is now minus 245 favorite. So yeah, that's pretty fucking chalky there for a new guy. But yeah, I'm definitely eyeing Stipe Miocic at any kind of plus money. I'm eyeing John Dodson in the plus 200s and kind of eyeing Felice Herrig too in the plus 250 to plus 300 range. So yeah, just eyeing some dogs, man. Maybe if some money comes in on a fight day. I mean, we know Jim Miller has he's got a pretty respectable name. Maybe some hardcore money will come on Jim Miller and we could get like a line flip. I sure would love some plus money on Vince Pichel at this point, but I don't think that'll happen. And then the Rozenstruik line is getting pretty close to pick'em odds too. I wouldn't be opposed to betting Rozenstruik. So there's definitely a lot of options out there. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, I mean, what the fuck are you doing? Follow me. If I make any bets, that'll be the first place to see it.
Yeah, man. Kel's been doing good lately. And I know he had a losing night last fight, but I mean, he's been doing good. I've been doing pretty bad. So, I mean, you guys want to fucking fade me, you can. But honestly, the card next week's pretty good, dude. I mean, there's a lot of good fights in the card. I've been looking at it right now. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to start taping the card personally. Maybe hopefully this weekend. But, I mean, we were talking about it off air. There's a lot of fucking live underdogs, dude. And you're saying I'm going to fucking bet on Ike Villanova. I'm definitely not going to touch that fight personally. I know you might, but yeah, man. I mean, even OSP, dude, opened fucking like plus 205 or something like that. Like, I mean, if I would have got OSP at plus 205, bro, like, dude, that would be done.
So I guess I'll just say it. Even though I don't have a bet for this card yet, I actually did make a bet last night for the August 22nd card. I moved in on Angela Hill. I got it minus 117 odds. She's minus 135 now, which is kind of crazy because she shot up to like minus 170. And then I guess money has been coming on Michelle Waterson since. But I like that line. I like Angela Hill in that fight. Excited to talk about that next week.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I would have liked the line that you got, but I mean, I definitely like that line.
It's on its way back.
One thing I was gonna say, I hate when I lose my train of thought, dude. I always do that. I forget what it was. Oh, we didn't even talk about Contender Series last night. I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I mean, dude, I almost bet on fucking Pfeiffer, bro, or what is it, Joe Pfeiffer, or whatever like that. Like last minute, I would have been so pissed, dude, if I would have, because I thought he was winning that fight, like straight up. He looked pretty good, dude.
Yeah, he was looking pretty good, dude. He's fucking huge too. Like,
yeah, he's a big boy.
Guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a crazy ending.
That's what I was gonna say. I know probably no one cares, but fucking OSP's like brother, his like younger brother, like works at the prison that I work at. That's what I heard. So I'm gonna try to like meet him and like ask him like, hey, can I like get your brother's autograph? That'd be fucking sick.
Oh my god.
But I don't know how I'm gonna do that though. Like just fucking like random shit like that. Like I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, what's up, Curry? Just fucking dropped in the chat. Yeah, anything you want to say, bro, before we
Yeah,
go?
yeah. I mean, just if you don't mind me skimming through the contender series fights in like a couple seconds, I thought Adrian Yanez looked really fucking good. I think that guy has a lot of potential. Serious striker. I get the Jorge Masvidal comparisons. Honestly, the way he strikes, the way he moves, like his mannerisms in the cage, like I can fucking see it, man. I made a really terrible bet on Vanessa Demopoulos. You won't see me betting on low-level women's MMA ever again after that shit. I'm honestly embarrassed. That was a bad fight. TJ Laramie, dude, that guy has a very high ceiling. I mean, he's a beast on that mat. And then Impa Kasanganai, he's going to be fighting next week. Can't wait to break down that fight against Maki Patolo. I'll say it right fucking now, dude. Impa Kasanganai is easy money.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that. I don't know what the line's gonna be, but one thing I want to say real quick, not UFC related. I see my boy in this chat. Spot on picks. He's in our league, in my league that I'm the commissioner of. We have our draft this Sunday.
Yes,
Everyone
sir.
fucked, bro. Like straight up, bro. Like who do you think won last year? Okay, last year was the first year that I created it. Who won? Me.
You won, but that's because I wasn't in the league yet.
Oh my god, dude! Spot on picks and fucking Kelton and everyone. Guru's in that league too. Shaq from half the battles in that league. I mean, a lot of diehard fucking Clint. I mean, a lot of fucking UFC guys, bro, are in that league. So, it's gonna be a good league. 12-team league. I mean, I personally actually like 10-team leagues more, but 12-team leagues are fucking more competitive, bro. So we'll see what happens. Oh my god, now we got BK in here saying that he'd smoke me. BK, do you even know one person in football? Like name one person not named Tom Brady. But all right, guys. Yeah, all right, guys. We'll be back next week for Wednesday's card. It's a good card. I mean, looking at the card right now, there's a lot of good fights, so I'm excited. Hopefully we fucking get on the right track and Chito gets that dub this weekend, because if Chito gets a win, it's a winning night for me regardless if fucking Chavez wins. So all right, guys. Take it easy. Please like and subscribe. Let us know on Twitter or anything, or comments, what you guys think of every fight and stuff. And yeah, man, we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.